Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be doing a Dino Cube tutorial. Now the Dino Cube is a very fun and very easy non-WCA puzzle. It was my first non-WCA puzzle and in my opinion a really easy one to solve, especially for beginners. So if you're a beginner who is intimidated or doesn't want us to learn to solve a 3x3 but you want to solve twisty puzzles, get a Dino Cube. It's literally so easy. I didn't watch any videos on how to solve a Dino Cube. I solved it by myself, just with regular 3x3 knowledge, I guess, of what I had at the time. I didn't know how to solve a cube either, so... And a lot of people describe the Dino Cube as a cube, though I see it more as a red cube, if you know what a red cube is. Red cube is like a 3x3, but it turns on its corners, and it has these edges that you can intertwine. I find a Dino Cube similar, as it can turn on its edges, on its corner, and these little edges right here can be turned. The reason I don't see it as a cube is because this cube actually has centers, whereas the Red Cube and Dino Cube don't have centers. They just have corners that they can swap. The Dino Cube is just a triangulated version of a Red Cube, in my opinion. So yeah, so how you solve the Dino Cube is quite easy. You'll solve a first layer, which I usually use white or yellow, but I also use other colors. I'm color neutral on Red Cube. You use the first layer, then you'll solve this middle layer right here, these four pieces, and then you'll solve the top layer, usually at it simultaneously. Most of the cube is intuitive. You can solve the first layer and the second layer pretty easily. And for the last layer, you only need one algorithm, which is the corner swap algorithm. We'll get to that in a second. And the occasional, kind of like parity, but I don't consider it parity, wrong color scheme algorithm, I like to call it, that you'll need in case you get the color scheme wrong. So let's just get into a solve. Scramble your Ready Cube however you like it. I don't really have a scramble ready here. If you are going to speed solve the Dino Cube, I recommend using Ready Cube Scramble since they're so similar. It's basically the same thing. I use Ready Cube Scrambles when I speed solve it. I know a lot of other people do. So just use Ready Cube Scrambles. In the WCA unofficial events list, they'll probably use, I think they use cube scrambles, but since I said I don't picture this as a cube, I don't use cube scrambles. I use Ready Cube Scrambles since they're more similar. Alright, so like I said, first we'll solve the first layer. We'll just do white. So like the regular color scheme, you want green opposite blue, red opposite orange, and yellow opposite white. In the Dino Cube, it doesn't matter. Like in most cubes, green is always to the left of red, or orange is always to the right of, or orange is always to the left of green. But the Dino Cube is similar, but not specific to where you don't have to have them touching exactly. I'll show you how. I'll show you in a little bit. So first, let's solve this. Just put a orange or a red by the blue or green center. So we'll start off by pairing these two. You want to just make a triangle like this. I had two triangles to make a half square triangle, a right triangle if you turn it this way. Then you'll just want to pair up a third one to make a mostly triangle. I guess you would consider that 1, 2, 3, just a parallelogram that's been cut. It's missing a triangle. And then we have here this green one, this green piece over here. And how you would solve this is just turn this face this way, this face this way, the green, pair up the green with the orange, and that's our first layer. Like I said, the first two steps are very intuitive, so I'm not going to use any I'm not going to say anything algorithmic talk how you would say it. I'm just going to do it as intuitive as I can because these steps are intuitive. Anyone can do them. My brother's done them. My sister's done them. And they can solve some cubes too. So next we'll have these middle edges here. And as we can see, this red and blue one's already solved. So next we'll just pick one. We'll solve the red and orange here, and that needs to go here between these two edges. So how we'll do that is we'll just move this orange and blue on top where this blue and yellow one is, saving this pair, and then we'll just turn it into its spot between these two pieces, and then place back the red and blue edge where it belongs. And then we have an easy one for this red and green one, which is just a down movement to its spot. And then same with this green and orange one. And then you've solved the corners. And then we have last layer. So last layer is quite easy. Once you get this down, you only have one algorithm to learn, and there's only 4 cases for last layer, which can all be solved with this one algorithm. So algorithm is you'll face, so you have this case, which is like a 3 flip, because this one is solved in its correct spot. These two need to flip, and then you need to orient them in like a U-perm. So how you'll do it is L, R prime, L prime, R, and that solves the cube. Now you do have different cases, and they can all be solved by this one algorithm. Now I'll give an example right here. So here we have a similar case. It's the opposite of the other case, the adjacent to it, and we'll use, like I said, the same alg, but this alg is kind of different. The orientation of the moves will be in different places, so it'll be the opposite. So it'll be R prime, L, R, L prime. And it solves it the same way. Same direction, it's just flipped. You can't solve it using the last alg if you don't want to learn the flip version of the alg. Just you have to do it twice. Then we have an H perm, which will be all the yellow top, the yellow side oriented, but its edge colors are all opposite of each other. And we'll just do the same alg twice, which is L, R prime, L prime, R. Rotate to have one of the flipped edges facing us and the other to the left, and make sure this unsolved one is to the right and the solved one's in the back, and it's L, R prime, L prime, R again, and that solves it. And then our last case, which is what I call a flipped H perm, which is the H perm with the edges opposite colors, but instead of the top being oriented where it should be, the yellow stickers are all flipped. So how we'll solve this is we'll use the same alg twice again. We'll do L, R prime, L prime, R, rotate the cube with the one flipped edge to our front, the other to the left, and the unsolved edge to our right, and we do L, R prime, L prime, R, and that'll solve the cube. So I also wanted to talk about the color scheme. I mentioned this earlier and I didn't do a very good job mentioning it, but what I meant to say is, as you can see, the red and the green, the red is always to the right of the green and the orange is always to the left, except on the Dino Cube. You can actually have the colors flipped, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Here we have a Dino Cube solved, but the color scheme is incorrect. See, the orange is now on the right and the red is now on the left. And you can actually solve the cube with the color scheme wrong. As long as green is always opposite blue, red is always opposite orange, and white is always opposite yellow, it doesn't matter the orientation of which they are in. So in that case, you can always have the accident where you'll have this case, which is an accidental flip where you think you do the color scheme right on one side and then you solve the rest of the cube without it. So how this is solved, this is one extra very easy alg. It's very easy to remember, and I'd like to thank Ed the Rexman for teaching me this alg. He showed in one of his videos. Go subscribe to him. He's a really good YouTuber. His channel will be linked in the description. So how this works is you'll do R, L prime, R, L prime, R, and that just solves these two edges and these two edges, which is what's being flipped. It's a very easy alg, very short alg, and yeah, and that's how you solve it. And so there are no more cases in the Dino Cube, and that's how you solve it. It's a very easy puzzle. If I forget anything, please tell me in the comment section down below. If I said something wrong, make sure to laugh at me in the comment section. Or if there are any extra algs or things you want to add to, please put it in the comment section. And if there are any useful algs added to the comment section, I will make a separate short video just to iterate as an extra learning for the Dino Cube. I want to continue to speed solve it. I think it's a very fun cube. So if you have anything you could teach me, please tell me in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching today's video, and if you want to like and subscribe, that would make me happy. Thanks for watching.